Welcome to my fast news segment channel. You can view quick news in few minutes. Activities and researchers Srinivas Kodali on Monday demanded that the Telangana government to release the Samagra Kutumba survey data which was taken or mapped immediately after the state was formed in 2014 by the BRS government, wondering what the previous BRS government has done with the Samagra Kutumba survey, a survey of all households in Telangana. Srinivas Kodali demanded the current Congress government to release that survey if it is to for transparency. He said that survey would be used on the basis for the census which is pending. The Medical Counselling Committee has announced a significant increase in medical seats for the second round of NEET UG Counselling 2024, with Telangana receiving 600 new seats across 8 medical colleges in the state. According to the report, 50% of these seats have been reportedly reserved exclusive for female candidates. During a meeting with the 16th Finance Commission held at Jyotiba Phule Praja Bhavan on Monday, members of various state bodies from Telangana like FICCI and CIA have sought for change in a criteria devolution which sought to incentivize a performing state. They also sought the intervention of the Finance Commission through a special fund for the revival of industry which have turned sick during the COVID-19 pandemic. 16th Finance Commission Chairman Arvind Panagaria along with the Commission member held meeting with various stakeholders. Air India has introduced a new city-side check-in and baggage drop facility at Rajiv Gandhi International Airport here, aiming to enhance the travel experience for passengers. This new service is designed for travelers flying with Air India, Vistara and Air India Express, offering convenience by allowing them to check in and drop off their bag at a location closer to parking and the bus station. The Union Minister for Coal and Mines G. Kishan Reddy on Monday wrote to Chief Minister A. Revanth Reddy requesting his support for road expansion project related to the Secunderabad railway station and the new Chellapalli railway terminals. The Chellapalli terminal costing rupees 415 crore in nearing completion and will cater to both passenger and freight trains to facilitate access. Kishan Reddy has asked for the construction of a 100-foot road from the FCI Godown and 80-foot road towards Bharat Nagar and another 80-foot road towards Mahalakshmi Nagar. He has requested Chief Minister Revanth Reddy to intervene to expedite this road work. GHMC Commissioner Amrapali Katta has directed officials to prioritize the resolution of application received through the Prajavani platform. During a public hearing at the GHMC headquarters on September 9, she urged officials to address application promptly and provide clear reason if issues could not be immediately resolved. The city police arrested 22 people and seized rupees 46.55 lakh cash bursting an organized gambling house during a raid conducted on September 9th from Narasa Reddy colony of Kalapatra. The operation was carried out by the Commissioner Task Force and the Kalapatra police. Case has been registered under the Telangana Gambling Act. Excise Department official on Monday busted the sales of marijuana or ganja in packet disguised as a turmeric powder. The new modus operandi was uncovered after the woman Neha Bai of Dhulpet was caught by the excise enforcement team for adopting the deceptive tactic and selling ganja to youngsters. The raid led by excise enforcement DSP Tirupati Yadav and SI Nagaraj resulted in the seizure of 10 packets of marijuana. The woman who was attempting to evade detention by using turmeric-like packing was caught and a case was registered against her, said an official of the Excise Department. Here, Indian Police Service Officer C.V. Anand took charge as the Hyderabad Commissioner of Police on Monday, September 9th. After assuming the charge, the Commissioner said a step would be taken to conduct the Vinayak Chavti and Miladun Nabi procession peacefully. He replaced Kottagota Srinivas Reddy, who has been posted as the Director General as well as ex officio Principal Secretary. The Prajavani session, originally scheduled for Tuesday, September 10th, has been postponed to the next day, Wednesday, September 11th, due to important meeting. Prajavani program is organized weekly twice at the Mahatma Jyotiba Phule Praja Bhavan, Mumbai, to address public grievances. The petitioners are requested to note that change in time, originally named as Praja Darbar, the state government named it as Prajavani. The Food Safety and Standards Authority of India has instructed a street food vendor in Telangana to maintain hygiene and adopt safe food handling practice while adhering to food safety regulation. These directives were issued during the food safety training and certificate session held in the district of Mahbubnagar and Karimnagar. According to the report, a total of 750 street food vendors from Telangana participated in the FOSTAC training section. A man who recently travelled to India from a country experiencing monkeypox transmission tested positive for the disease, confirmed the Union government on Monday, September 9th. The previously suspected case of monkeypox has been verified as a traveller-related infection. Laboratory testing has confirmed the presence of monkeypox virus of the West African clade 2 in the patient, said the center. The ministry said that it is an isolated case similar to early 30 cases reported in the India from July 2022 onwards. There is no indication of any widespread risk to the public at this time, the health minister stated. The Pink Power Run 2024 for breast cancer awareness will be held on September 29. The event is being jointly organized by Sudha Reddy Foundation and Mega Engineering and Infrastructure Limited Foundation. The marathon features 3 categories including 3 km, 5 km, 10 km races, ensuring that participants of diverse ages and fitness level can partake in this cause. Participants will enjoy all-round amenities such as exclusive race kits, post-run refreshment, guided warm-up and cool-down session, and dazzling finisher medal. The GST Council, headed by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, on Monday announced setting up a group of ministers on slashing the tax rate on life and health insurance as well as reducing the GST on cancer drugs and namkeen. The GOM on life and health insurance will be headed by Bihar Deputy Chief Minister Samrat Chaudhary, who is currently heading the panel on GST rate rationalization. IMD Hyderabad has forecast very heavy rain in various districts of Telangana today and has issued an orange alert due to expected weather conditions. The weather department has issued an orange alert on September 11th in view of the anticipated rainfall in Hyderabad and other districts of Telangana over the next 3 days. It is likely that the water level of Usmannagar and Himayat Sagar will increase further. Postal Department of Telangana has opened application for the Deen Dayal Sparsh Yojana scholarship for the academic year 2024-25. Students from class 6th to 9th enrolled in a recognized school within Telangana are eligible to apply. The scholarship is aimed at students with a strong academic record who also pursue lately the hobby of stamp collecting. Each awardee will receive a scholarship amount of rupees 6,000 distributed in the quarterly installment of rupees 1,500 over the course of a year. Interested student must submit the application in the prescribed format to the office to the Senior Superintendent of Post Office, Secunderabad Division, Hyderabad 500080 under the jurisdiction of the Secunderabad Postal Division by September 13, 2024. BRS welcomed the Telangana High Court order on Monday directing the Assembly Speaker to act on the petition seeking disqualification of the defected MLAs. The BRS leader and the former Minister T. Harish Rao termed the High Court verdict a stinging slap on the ruling Congress. This ruling is a significant setback for the Congress and democratic practice. It clearly shows that Those who switched parties cannot escape disqualification. The court decision is a victory for democracy and a strong stand in upholding the value of our constitution, he said. Stating that by elections are inevitable, Harish Rao exuded confidence that the BRS will emerge victorious. Dengue cases in Bihar are rising rapidly, with 55 new cases being reported in the past 24 hours, said official here on Monday. Of these, 25 have been identified within Patna. The Azimabad zone has been particularly affected, recording 13 cases, while Kankarbagh and Bankipur zone have reported 5 cases each. Dengue claimed 2 more lives in the state capital, bringing the total number of deaths due to the decrease in the state to 5. Justice K. Lakshman of the Telangana High Court directed the Civics Authority to stay away from carrying out any form of demolition of villages in Malampet in Dundigal. The judge made an interim order while dealing with a right plea filed by Sri Lakshmi Nivas Construction. In a midst of over 90 villages constructed in the area, it was the case of the petitioner that on Sunday the demolition squad came unannounced and razed 15 villages, stating that they were within the buffer zone. According to the petitioner, this was contrary to the direction of the High Court in the pending right petition. The petitioner also said high-handed demolition proceed on a factually incorrect premises. Telangana High Court will examine the legality of a revocation of the permission to construct demolish order passed by HMD and Aminpur municipality, stating that the uncertain portion of land fell within the full tank level of Aminpur Pedda Cheruvu. The Telangana government on Monday, September 9th, has announced financial assistance of rupees 16,500 for each family affected by the recent floods, in addition to providing Indramma houses for those who lost their homes. The government will also compensate farmers with rupees 10,000 per acre for crops damaged by the floods, and has committed to purchasing any grain that has been soaked by rain. During a review meeting, Revenue Minister Ponugatti Srinivas Reddy stated that the relief fund would be directly transferred to the account of a property owner. Initially, Chief Minister A. Revanth Reddy had proposed rupees 10,000 per household, but this amount was increased to rupees 16,500 after assessing the extent of the damage. The minister said the disbursement of the fund began on the same day as the announced. Chief Minister A. Revanth Reddy took a wheeled dig at the BRS leadership on the Monday and said some have got asset worth thousands of crore, though they claim to have made sacrifice during the statehood agitation. Speaking at the inauguration of the Indian Institute of Handloom Technology here, which was attended by viewers, he praised the sacrifice of former Minister Konda Lakshmana Bapuji, who had quit his post in support of Telangana statehood agitation. Telangana Finance and Deputy Chief Minister Mallu Bhatti Vikramarka asked Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman to bring down goods and service tax percent of health insurance premium of all age group from 18 to 5 at the 54 GST Council held at New Delhi on Monday, September 9th. The proposal made by the Telangana Deputy Chief Minister aimed to make health insurance affordable to all. He stressed the need of access to quality health care of the people, choice among the middle and lower middle class group owing to high medical expenses in recent year. Railway Recruitment Board have announced the requirement for non-technical popular category for both undergraduate and graduate posts under the RRB NTPC 2024. This requirement drive will cover a total of 11,558 vacancy. Detailed notification will be soon be published on the official website of the RRB and the Railway Requirement Control Board. The application form for RRB NTPC 2024 will be accepted online at rrbapply.gov.in. Additionally, an offline notification for this non-technical post has been released in the employment news. 12-year-old boy died due to viral fever at 24th ward in Bhimaraju Gutta at Ibrahimpatnam Mandal in Vallavaram constituency on Sunday. The deceased Palaparthi John Wesley, younger son of Palaparthi Chanti and Palaparthi Rutu, was suffering from viral fever for past 5 days and breathed his last on Sunday. The recent incensed rain led to viral fever outbreak infecting nearly 20 people with viral fever. Local alleged that the mosquito menace given the incessant rain in their area had led to viral fever and vector-borne diseases outbreak. Residents has demanded the authority to set up sanitization work on the war footing and prevent the fever outbreak and provide necessary treatment to the people down by illness. The Hajj Committee of India has extended the last date of application for Hajj 2025. The last day of application for Hajj 2025 was originally fixed as September 9, 2024. In a notification released, the Hajj Committee extended the last date of application for the annual pilgrimage to Makkah in view of representation received from several state Hajj committee. The last date for filing up online Hajj application form by the intending pilgrimage extended up to September 23, 2024. The Hajj Committee of India said in the official notification released. Watch the channel, press the bell icon to get latest notification of news. Like, share and subscribe my channel.